Welcome to this informative session on revised draft ESRS Governance G1 Business Conduct. Whether you're compiling your company's sustainability report or using that data to drive investment decisions, you've probably heard of the European Sustainability Reporting Standards. But big changes just landed. In this video, we'll walk you through the key changes in the revised G1 standard for business conduct. This standard sets out how companies should report on their business conduct, focusing on the following subtopics. First, corporate culture, including anti-corruption and anti-bribery, the protection of whistleblowers, and animal welfare. Second, the management of relationships with suppliers, including unfair payment practices. And third, political influence and lobbying activities. Let's get started with the changes made to G1. The architecture of G1 has been significantly simplified, enhancing clarity and providing better guidance for reporting. The revised structure, from G1.1 to G1.3, now follows a clear pay-T design, referring to policies, actions, and targets to address material impacts or risks and/or to pursue material opportunities related to business conduct or one of its subtopics. This interacts more effectively with ESRS 2 general disclosure requirements, specifically GDRP, GDRA, and GDRT, and ensures consistency across topical standards. On G1.1 policies related to business conduct, the objective of this first disclosure requirement is for companies to provide an understanding of the policies they have adopted to manage material impacts, risks, and opportunities related to business conduct or a subtopic. G1.1 also maintains the relevant EU data points, namely the Sustainable Finance Disclosure Regulation indicators on anti-corruption and whistleblower protections. Importantly, it also clarifies the concept of functions at risk, helping companies identify more effectively areas that may be vulnerable to corruption. Moving on to G1.2, actions related to business conduct. The objective of this disclosure requirement is for companies to provide an understanding of the key actions taken and/or planned by them to manage material impacts, risks, and opportunities related to business conduct or a subtopic. Additionally, companies should provide information on how they manage supplier relationships. A key change is that, in this revised structure, all training data points are consolidated under this disclosure requirement. G1.3, targets related to business conduct. This new requirement introduces the third element of the pay-T model, setting measurable, time-bound, outcome-oriented qualitative or quantitative targets related to business conduct or a subtopic. From this point, the standard turns to metrics addressed in G1.4 to G1.6. These disclosures provide mainly quantitative data points to understand how the company evaluates its performance and tracks the effectiveness of its actions to manage its material impacts, risks, and opportunities related to business conduct or a subtopic. G1.4, metrics related to incidents of corruption and bribery. This section has been simplified, and it now focuses on 2 SFDR indicators on convictions and fines, along with a single provision covering confirmed incidents of corruption or bribery. G1.5, metrics related to political influence and lobbying activities. This disclosure more clearly distinguishes political influence and lobbying activities. It also removes voluntary data points related to lobbying expenses, narrowing the scope to what's mandatory to report. Finally, on G1.6, metrics in relation to payment practices. This disclosure has been simplified by eliminating one of the existing metrics on the average time to pay an invoice. The change is aimed at reducing the burden of data collection and calculation for companies. Across the G1 ESRS, updated examples and additional guidance have been added, all designed to support clearer, more consistent implementation of the disclosure requirements. Taken all together, what's the impact of the revised ESRS G1 business conduct? Overall, a reduction of 60% in the number of data points has been achieved for this standard. This statistic includes a 52% reduction of mandatory data points. These updates are more than just technical tweaks. They mark a strategic evolution shaped by real-world experience from the first wave of sustainability reporting. You can count on a more compact and consistent format across G1 disclosures and reduced granularity to ease reporting efforts, clear and focused disclosures that remain useful to users, and finally, a stronger alignment with existing EU regulation, including the SFDR. What happens next? Now it's your turn. Be part of the conversation and shape the future of sustainability reporting. Take part in the 60-day public consultation. In the public survey, we've included specific questions on key topics, such as the new threshold for the 10 largest countries, the non-EU hierarchy for adequate wages, and the adjusted pay gap. Your input matters. Head to efrag.org and share your feedback by 29 September 2025. Your insights will help make the revised standards more practical, meaningful, and fit for purpose. Thanks for watching.